What's up, team? Time for that staff video update. I know we had a great staff meeting today. It was awesome to hang out with all of you. And those of you that couldn't make it, we love seeing some of you or experiencing you digitally. And anyway, I wanted to just kind of cover just a few of the things so that while you're at your weekly meeting or if you needed a reminder, here's some of the things that we're celebrating. We have some incredible life change stories where God is at work. And I would say, in some ways, in the miraculous, like some of the life change stories and the ways people are showing up here, like Ryan, we're in awe of what God is doing and just want to continue to be faithful. And I don't think we're the only church that's experiencing that. I've been talking to pastors, and there's this sense that there's a spiritual movement at work, and Sunday services at many places seem to have some momentum. What I am celebrating are the types of people that God is bringing to our church. We had 20 more people sign up for groups this week. We're within 11% of our goal for our dream team. We had 84 people at Growth Track this past weekend. We had a ton of, you saw this in Brian's emails, second givers and first time givers. And so student night attendance was up 14%. And so there is this sense that God is up to something, and we want to continue to be faithful and respond. And this weekend's going to be another powerful opportunity to do that. When you walk in, you're going to be handed a rock. And some of you are like, ooh, this is like reminiscent of Lee Powell days when we would have props and all of that stuff and some of the work that would go with that. And so for those of you that are working on the distribution of all of this stuff, thank you so much. I heard about this talk when I was at one of my pastor cohorts, and Dave Stone, ironically, the guy who delivered this for the first time, shared the concept with me around Jesus and the adulterous woman. And I think this weekend we're going to talk about forgiveness being famous in God's kingdom. And so these rocks will be a symbolic part of that service. And hopefully, I think for some people, it will be an invitation to drop or to surrender or let go of a rock that they've been holding on to against someone else. And for others, they're going to let go of a rock that they feel has been held against them and kind of surrender that on the way out. And so that'll be a bit of the response portion of the service. And so be prayerful about that with me. Forgiveness is such a exciting topic, like we all want it in certain areas, and yet it's so hard for us to live from a place of forgiveness for ourselves and for others. And so excited about that. A couple of the highlights that we talked about: the Gospel of Luke, leverage that to help organically disciple and get people engaging with the scripture as we head into Easter. The marriage, double date with Ben and Lauren. Whether they're married, whether their marriage is struggling, whether they want to be married someday, even if just one spouse shows up, we're going to be providing some hopefully scripturally based framework and tools to just help marriages win. And maybe even put somebody on a path to get some real help. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll be talking about it. So it's just a resource that you can point people to in the short term. Those are the two kind of big things. If you want to invite somebody, text the word invite to 419-419-0707. And then the last thing that we talked about at staff meeting was kind of the progression. We'll include those things in the in the body of the email. What is the path that somebody kind of takes when they're headed towards potential moral failure? And we were going to do this in February because February is the love month, and that's it. So we just had to postpone it a month. That's the only reason we're putting that content together. But just review that, and we'll try to annually come back to this. And I just wanted to share a couple of the tools that may be helpful. If your marriage is struggling, we offer a counseling benefit. And so that link is available in the notes. And man, what I want you to know is we are for you. And I know not every season in my marriage has been easy or awesome. Just talk to Lauren. She'll probably tell you the exact month and year. And I mean, the truth is, if you're dealing with young kids and new shifts in career, and as we get older, our own perspectives change. Marriage is challenging. And so if you feel like you're struggling or could use a little help, man, please take advantage of that benefit. Another thing that I think is helpful is having some accountability software, not as like, big brother watching everything, but in some ways, some of the easy temptations that are accessible on our devices, phones, tablets, and laptops, go away. The temptation at least goes down when you know someone else may be pinged. Hey, guess where Ben was today? You know what I mean? Suddenly, what would be like, I'll just look, or whatever, it's like a lot less motivating. And in some ways, that's just guardrails to help us keep moving in the direction that is most life-giving. And so we have that benefit available for you as well. And it may even be beneficial for your family. So you can set up your devices at home, and we want to help you win. And I think that's what will ultimately help our church win. So just wanted to pass that on to you. I'm grateful for all of you. Be prayerful about this weekend, and I can't wait to see you then.